Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, today's the day. Today's the day we start tearing down the 28 John Deere D. The goal is to get all of the tin work off of this thing. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but we're going to give it a heck of a go. I've never pulled anything apart on these other than the rear wheels, and that's about it really. But this thing's held together by a lot of random nuts and bolts, so I'm probably going to spend a lot of time just searching for wrenches to fit whatever size nuts and bolts these things are, because it's literally just pieced together. So yeah, I want to get all the tin work off this thing today and possibly get the radiator off, and once that's off we should be able to pull the governor, upper water pipe, all that stuff. But I don't know if we'll get that far. The tin work might take a little while, and I'm doing this after work and after going to Rudy's, so it's after 7 o'clock already. So we'll see how far we can get, but no promises. So, but I can tell you one thing right now. The fuel tank and the hood will be easy to take off because they're not bolted down at all. And the fuel tank isn't in the best of shape. Three-way valve is froze up. There's one rust hole in the bottom. Oh, wait, no, there's a lot more than one. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Here, I'll show you. So this whole area here, which goes above the mag, is rusted. There's a big seam rusted in it. There's another seam rusted here. Hole rusted here. This seam is rusted through here. The top looks okay, but I'd be willing to bet if you put gas in it, there's probably a bunch of pinholes in this area. The bottom is filled with rust. If you guys can see that. It's all rust. But that's why we call this place Rusty Nuts Ranch, because that's pretty much how we like them. So I might as well pull these off real quick since they're right here and accessible. But 3/4 inch wrench and larger probably to take off pretty much everything on this thing. So let's get started. All right, radiator's free. Lots of rust in there, oh boy. Lots of rust. We got to put a new radiator core in this anyhow. So okay. We'll just leave this over here for now. Okay. Try and reorganize some of this stuff so we got more room. I still have to get the H back in the garage here, so let's see, what else can we take off? Oh boy, I don't know if that's gonna come or not without heating it. We can try. I have a hard time believing that this is a... Oh, look at that. That not loosened up. Okay. Nah, it's smaller than that. Oh, I'm actually pretty impressed that came loose. And that rod has seen better days. If you're wondering what I pulled off, it's just the crossover linkage for the governor to carburetor. So put that over here. Front fuel tank support. And I don't think we'll be able to get to these. Nope. But if we grab an extension, or maybe two extensions, sometimes when you're doing teardown, power tools are the way to go. There really isn't much to these tractors. So the crank turns a little bit, but I'm guessing the oil pump is maybe stuck, which is what's holding it back. It's probably a 1-inch. Take off this breather line here. Might even be bigger than an inch. Yep. 1.1 maybe. Sure enough. Something I haven't been able to, I'm going the wrong way. Something I haven't been able to figure out is with these
D's, and I believe the GPs even had them for a short time. Maybe I'm wrong, but they had a water valve to inject water into the intake system or the carburetor when burning kerosene to help cool the fuel down, I believe, so you didn't get any of the pinging when it got too hot. Okay, there's the breather line. Let's see if we can, oh, bigger than a 3/4. 7/8 probably. See if we can crack these loose. Oh yeah, no problem. Yep, no problem. You guys probably can't even see what I'm doing here. There. Breaking loose the nuts on the water pipe here. Take these spark plugs out. Oofta. That don't look good. If you can see that. I'm a little nervous to try taking the compression release out, but I want to. That one ain't any better. Really bad. And that's what was plugging the water injection hole. And this is the fitting that comes off for the water injection. I don't know what size that is. Probably 5/8 or 9/16. Please don't break. 11/16 maybe? Oh, it's turning. Perfect. Compression release and primer cup. Pour your gas down in there. Compression release. Pretty cool. Missing the other one though. All right. Should we take the fan off maybe? Now the fan on this should be very similar to the GP. Get my light. Bring you guys around this way. So there's a cotter pin, and we spin this nut off, and then the fan comes off with the clutch discs and whatever these technical term for these are, clutch drivers. But let's go ahead and pull that cotter pin and see what we can do. Okay, well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm starting to work my way back instead of starting with the tin work, but got the water pipe loose, unbolted the fan shaft from the governor, so now we can just pull it out, and doesn't look too bad. I think the bearing feels pretty good actually. Maybe with some cleaning up, I think We can sandblast this gear, and then this bearing in the front feels pretty good too. I took the bearing cap off the front, and it actually feels really good. So we'll set this aside for now. Oh. Getting closer. Oh, and that was a socket. You guys want to see down inside the coolant jackets? Not looking too great. But hopefully it's just rust and not cracks or rusted through. What's next? Maybe we should take the governor. I'm terrified to even try taking this manifold off. It's broken, so we're going to need another one anyways, but definitely going to heat these up to even attempt to get them off, but you never know. They might come with some heat. So we'll pull the governor off here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we got all the bolts out all the way around. Smacked it a couple times. Oh boy. Well, it turns, but the weights don't move. Oh, that one moves. That one moves. Oh, this might be savable. But man, that gear's... I don't know. We'll have to sandblast it. I'm sure that governor shaft is frozen. Oh, it moves backwards. I'll be dipped. This thing actually moves. Huh. Pretty impressive. Let you guys have a gander inside here. I've seen a lot better. I've seen worse, but I've seen better. You never know though. Sandblasting, the fact that it turns and the weights move and this pin goes in and out, that's promising. So that's promising. You never know. Okay, let's keep moving. See if that gets us anywhere. By the way, it's only about 55 degrees out right now. Look at that. Huh. 2 for 2. And since the manifold is broken, here's my mallet. See if we can get it to... I think I need something to drive underneath there. There we go. So you can see where it's broke out. But now that we got that off, we can get to these two. And hopefully these will come off too. Well, let's try opening up the valve cover. I did get that manifold off. Unfortunately, one of the studs broke, but 1 out of 4 ain't bad. Let's see, where else do we got? One on the bottom. Let's see here. See it underneath there? And it's a bolt too, it's not a stud. So, okay, that side's loose already. Nope, that's not gonna work. How about like this? That's not gonna work. Not really much to stick it to here. How about like that? Let's see if we can get a 3/4 wrench on there. Oh boy. And there's no valves, rocker arms. Oh, rocker arms are in here. Learn something new every day. But there are no valves in the head. Push rods I've got. But there are no valves. That's bolted to the bottom of the block. We could take the head off. We could do that. There's a mouse nest inside here, by the way. Here you go. Mouse nest. Here's the rocker arms. Front of the head. There are some big valves. I can get my pinky. I got pretty big hands, and I can get my pinky inside the valve guides. So, yeah, that's a bummer that this stud broke, but what do you do? Maybe we can weld a nut on it, turn it out. I think these studs need to be replaced anyways. These are pretty well rusted away where the manifold contacts them. So, gonna have to replace those anyhow. But see if maybe we can get the head off. Okay, well, we got the head separated. It's loose. It's off. Ooh, that valve seat's bad. Mouse nest, but hopefully the board don't look too bad. Let you guys get a look-see here. There's a good inch of mouse nest in that one. This one isn't too bad. There's some pretty significant pitting in there though. There's no way that honing is going to take that out of there. The bottom don't look too bad though. Not really a ridge in there. How about this one? That one's not too bad. Somebody's been in this, obviously. There's anti-seize all over these studs. These studs all turned out with the nut. I think the nuts will come off. It's just a matter of... Some of them turned until they got to a rough part, so maybe just run them back on a little ways and they'll come off. Studs got to come out anyways for the head to be, or the block to be resurfaced, because I think it's gonna need it. So, okay, heads off, making progress. This thing, like I said, these don't take much to get them apart. So, let's see. Do I want to work on the tin work? Not really. I suppose I can though. Okay, well, not too bad for a little bit of time. I don't have maybe 2 hours into this. We got the head off, governor off, fan shaft off, radiator off. All the tin work is off, laying over there. Water pipe is off. I removed the steering shaft, steering wheel. All of the bracketry for the clutch lever and linkage, throttle lever and linkages. Where else are we? There is water in the bottom of the crankcase, probably about 2-3 inches, but not a huge deal there. It's getting pretty bare bones already. I think the next step will be pull the front axle off. and the block. And then we can start tearing the rear section apart. But that's primarily what we're going to go after here next, is getting the block off, the front axle. Because the rest of this really, I do need to take this quill out here. I do need this for the 27. I need this rear wheel, so hopefully that comes off, but we'll see. This axle nut, I don't know. We'll see if that'll come off or not. I sure hope so, because we need it off. But let's see. That wheel is junk. The hub is cracked in 974 spots. And you can finally see this big braze and weld. It starts here, goes all the way across, and then it goes around down that way, around that side of the axle housing. So that axle housing's been repaired before. Probably start removing the hitch and all of these cross members. I can't tell if this was bent, because it's definitely higher on the right side than it is on the left. But I don't know if the angle iron is bent or if it's just pushed up. It kind of looks like it's pushed up. Yeah, this side is higher, so it might just need to be rotated down. But regardless, that's all coming off. The hoop drawbar is bent, so I don't think that's going to be really going anywhere. This drawbar, I think, is off like an A, B, or G. Start removing everything out of the transmission. And inspecting all of that stuff. But I think pretty much everything from, unless I run into some problems with the 27, but everything from here back will be for sale. So if anybody needs any parts out of the rear part of this, it will be for sale. So all that money is going to go towards funding this project. So if anybody's looking for anything, let me know. So that's all I've got. I'm ready to go to bed. So got to get up early and do it all over again tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for wrenching with me. We made some serious progress on the 28D teardown. And yeah, we'll see what the next episode brings. All right? Take care, guys.